Has his sights set on Brooklyn, and now we might know one reason why the MVP is ready to move teams. Harden has reportedly been upset with the Rockets making decisions without substantial input from their star players. So, Shannon, should Houston have given him more input?
Absolutely, Skip. This is the way it is in the NBA. And this is what happens, Skip, when you get into a business and you don't fully understand or have the grasp of what that business entails. Now, he's a billionaire, worth, looking at his estimate, worth a little over $4 billion. He's the owner of the largest, I think, restaurant corporation in America.
We're talking about the Houston
Tillman Fertitta.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Skip, when he's probably used to doing things, you don't ask your employees, what should I do? Should I open another restaurant? Should I get this piece of equipment here? That's not what you normally do. But when you go into the business of owning a basketball, you ask your star players, this is how, what are you thinking about this? And because he didn't do that, now there are some other rumors being reported about he has his political views. That rubbed James Harden the wrong way.
I can see
that. And just like anything, Skip, just like when LeBron James and these other athletes, they take a risk financially. As far as endorsers saying, now, hold on now, the other side, they buy our products too. And so you have to be careful. LeBron basically, and some guys have said, I don't care. Maybe he's saying he doesn't care. Well, James Harden says, I do. Maybe that's part of it. But Skip, in today's game, I mean, the players have always, superstar players have always had a certain level of power. But it's on steroids. It's magnified times 10 now. They're running everything. Hey, what do you think about this coach? I'm thinking about hiring this coach. What do you think about him? Is this somebody you could play for? You're asking your stars. Well, we're thinking about bringing this guy on. What do you think about that? Skip, from the team trainers, I can assure you, there are very few people that's in that building that LeBron James didn't say, oh, yeah, I can do that. And also, Skip, you know what? I got a couple of boys. They're going to be around here a few times. I mean, you know what? For me to get my hands on LeBron James and have him in my organization, okay, Rich, you want to pass? Here's your card to come in the building anytime. Mav, you want to pass? Randy, you want to pass?
Yep.
Toronto went to as far as they said, okay, Kawhi, we're going to let your fiance and the child fly on the team plane, wherever you want to go. Skip, those are the concessions that you make. Skip, you know how this works.
Pat Riley said, I will not give you a, so to speak, pass on any of that.
Right. And guess what? Pat Riley, hey, do it over again. You keep that LeBron. You keep those guys, Skip. And those are some of the things, the concessions that you have to make in a situation like this. He should have run it by James. Because, Skip, they built the whole team around him. How you gonna build a team around a guy and then don't confer with the guy? He's like, hold on, D'Antoni gone? Amari gone? And what? Ain't nobody tell me nothing? You played it wrong, Skip. I understand your business and you've been successful. Just because you're successful at one business doesn't mean you're going to be successful at another business.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but I'm looking at it upside down from you. I need you to define input on draft picks, on player acquisition, like free agents.
Because, Skip, he sees Skip, I've never seen a general manager take out a full-paid ad and thank the player.
Changed my life, he said.
I've never seen that. There have been a lot of general managers they never did that. And then Mac D'Antoni, Skip, James Harden put Houston on the map. I mean, they were basically a clutch city when they won those 2 championships, had a law, then they had Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady.
Back on the map.
Right, had Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming. But they was a doormat. Skip, nobody talking about those Houston Rockets until they got that guy.
Okay. So the problem with this is, the dirty little secret is that, as we've discussed before, great players don't even often make great team builders, as in great pickers of players, as in, I see that guy can play and that guy can't play. I think LeBron does have that gift. And if he ever wanted to really flex that gift and become a GM later in life, I think it would be more trouble than it was worth for him. He has bigger aspirations, but I believe he could be a team builder.
Skip, but I think the thing is that he's looking at, he's not saying, who can I play with? You're making these moves.
Okay.
You need to run this by, I can play. Now, you're right. Picking a player that's like, okay, I'm not on the team. I can't help this team win the game by shooting baskets. Yeah, I think a lot of those guys are terrible at picking talent because they think it's easy. It came easy for them.
That is correct. Did Daryl Morey play basketball at all?
No.
Not a lick of basketball.
Maybe 2K
at any level.
or something.
No, well, not even that. I'm talking about he was an analytics nerd from day one, and he graduated all the way up to top, and he's one of the more respected general managers.
R.C. Buford.
R.C. Buford was a walk-on both football and basketball player, but he didn't play at any high level in college or certainly pro basketball. Sam Presti has become like a genius in Oklahoma City, especially for acquiring draft picks, but he did not play at any high level in college or pro. We can keep going on. David Griffin, who's going to revitalize the Pelicans. Didn't play basketball. And we go all the way back to the greatest player who ever played, Michael Jeffrey Jordan in Chicago, and his GM that he fell completely apart with was Jerry Krause, who didn't play a lick of anything. I don't care what anybody said. He was about 5'4", you know, and he didn't play. They said he played baseball. I have a hard time believing that. But the point is that Jerry Krause did one good thing as the GM of the Chicago Bulls. He kept saying no to Michael Jordan's suggestions about go get him, go get him. And it was often go get the guy I played with at Carolina. My friend, Al Wood. Remember Al Wood? You know, go get him. No. Okay, what have we seen? And I love Jordan to death, but I cannot defend what's happened in Charlotte. He has run their basketball operation now for 15 years. They have made the playoffs 3 times in 15 years. They have never won a single playoff series. They got swept twice in the 3 times that they've been in the playoffs, and their overall playoff record under Michael Jordan is a grand total of 3-12. That is horrendously bad, and the only reason he doesn't get fired is because he owns the team.
Yeah, you can't fire him.
And it's hard to fire the GOAT to me. You know, like nobody's going to make a case, get him out of there. Well, he's the greatest player ever played. Okay, so, but that shows you that the greatest player is not the greatest picker of players or team builder.
I think the thing you'll skip about what James Harden is like, okay, if you're going to make these moves, at least confer with me. I'm not saying, I'm not going to fight you and says, okay, you shouldn't do it, but at least run it by Daryl Morey. Maybe James could have talked Murray into staying. Maybe he could have talked D'Antoni. Because, Skip, I mean, come on now. Stephen Silas deserved to get an opportunity. But to go from D'Antoni to Stephen Silas when you got those two guys.
Yeah, I read that James signed off on Stephen Silas. I don't know that Russ and James. And then they decided they weren't signing off on each other. Right?
But I mean, what is he supposed to say? Because you know that's going to get out. If he said, nah, man, I can't play for that dude. It's going to get out that James Harden and Russell Westbrook said no to Stephen Silas. And why they say no to the brother?
But I got you. Unless you think he won't work as your head coach, well, then you should make a little stink and take a stand.
When they talk about it, well, he came in and said ball movement. Well, that was if he'd said that from the jump, that would have been a no-go. Ball movement with those two guys? Ball magnet, what you mean?
Okay, I got it. And yet I agree with your premise. In today's NBA, you better at least listen. You better solicit the input. I don't know that you need to act upon all of his suggestions, but you need to make him feel like he's in the loop, right? He's in the power loop.
At least Marks is he honest about it. Oh, yeah, we ran this by Kyrie and KD about Steve Nash. Oh, we ran this about Skip. You just do it. Only Pat Riley. Pat Riley ain't running anything about anybody.
Nope, he's not.
He's not. But he's the only one. But he's going to make it very difficult for him to get the Kevin Durant and the LeBron James to come back because he made some concessions and maybe LeBron wanted a little bit more. And he's like, nah, I'll give you all I'm going to give you. Skip, to get Tom Brady, Tampa moves heaven and earth. What you want? You want a park where Bruce Arians park? Okay. You want Giselle to have a car slot right next to yours where Bruce? Okay.
I would think so.
Yes.
And Arians says, no way, AB. And Tom says, way.
Yes.
And ultimately, Tom won.
The Broncos made a lot of concessions to get Peyton Manning.
And it
worked. Come on. Yes.
You earn it. I mean, you want that respect. I hear you guys. These
big movies. Skip, what they do for to get an A-lister? You're like, we can't do that.
Whatever food, whatever drink, whatever hangout spot. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
They built Michael Jordan a court. They built him a court, a full-size court, Skip.
For Space Jam.
Are you on LeBron or
Bron had one too.
He did, but he tries to get everything.
There you go. See that? What are you talking about that?
Unfortunately for the Cowboys, they really could, give their stars anything. But right now, they're thinking about rebuilding possibly their offense, and maybe they should move on from Ezekiel Elliott. Antonio Cromartie